All right, Shalom. We back on. This is part two to the dietary law, oral and written. Okay, that's what I'm gonna call this series because I wasn't sure on what I was gonna call this series, but I'm gonna just call it the dietary law, oral and written. All right. So I'm getting this right now in the book of Leviticus, and we still gonna reference Genesis, the 9th chapter, of course. All right, but I'm gonna get this in the law of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel." Okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true chosen people of the Most High. And the Most High set up prophets and teachers to give this law to you. Okay, so that way you may exercise it thereby, from generation unto generation. All right. It says, "Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." Okay. Now, there's a reason why this was said like this. Okay. There's a reason why this was said like this, because not every beast upon the earth is a beast for food. All right, and we about to go into that. And this is what irritates you, Jake, the most. You Jakes the most. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because the bulk of our people still want to be able to eat whatever the hell they want. But we about to go into it, right? Verse 3, Leviticus 11:3. It says, "Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed and cheweth the cud among the beasts ye shall eat." Verse 3 in the NLT, it says, "You may eat any animal that has completely split hooves and chews the cud." Okay, so we're going to look up animals that chew cud. All right. All right. So here it is. You got giraffe, you got the cow, you got the goat, and you got the camel. We're not supposed to be eating camel, but the scripture's gonna go into all of that. But you got these animals right here, that we're all familiar with, like the antelope or deer. Okay. Now there's even gonna I don't want to go ahead of myself. Let me just go back to the scripture. Right? It says, "Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts ye shall eat." So in order for us to eat a certain beast, it had to have those three qualifications. So let's look at animals that part the hoof. Right? So it says they include pigs, hippopotamuses, cattle, deer, camels, goats, antelope, and sheep. All right. Parted hooves. All right. We're just for the sake of edification, It's the dietary law 101, man. All right. So this is what a parted hoof looks like, this is what parted hooves look like. All right. So, okay. Again, like some of these hooves, they look familiar to certain animals that we're familiar with. All right. Then it says, "And cheweth the cud," or it says, "And is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that shall ye eat. Nevertheless," all right, so there's a however, meaning what? Even among those animals, all right, or among those beasts, those animals, there's even certain of them that have these certain qualifications, but not all of them. We're about to find out what they are. It says, "Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof." It says, "As the camel," okay, as the camel, because what? The camel, when you look at a camel, right? All right, this beast right here is unclean to us. All right, the camel, it says what? It says, "As the camel, because he cheweth the cud but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Yeah, so the camel, it chews the cud, but it doesn't divide the hoof. All right? Because when you look at, all right, it doesn't, a camel's hoof doesn't part all the way through or all the way down. All right, when you look at it, all right. So this animal right here is unclean to us. We're not supposed to be eating camel. All right. So it says, but it chews the cud, but it doesn't part the hooves. All right. It says, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And if I said the camel parts the hoof as well earlier, you know, I wanted to say shalakia. That was a slip of the tongue. All right, the camels, they don't divide the hoof. They chew the cud, but they don't divide the hoof. You know, if I did say that earlier, it says in the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. All right, so let's look at what a coney is. I think in the notes at the bottom it said of course a fucking hot dog shows up. Fucking wicked, man. But this is a coney right here. You know, it looks like a rodent. Okay? It looks like a rodent. You know? Like rabbits, mice, rat. All right? Capybaras. We're not supposed to be eating those things. Because what? It says in the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. And just to prove that, let me see, can I say pause? Yeah, I guess coney is like a strange word to Google or whatever the case, but you get the point. It says the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. Yeah, because it has paws. In the hare, all right, which is the rabbit, it says in the hare, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean to you. All right, so a hare, hare paws. All right, this is what rabbit paws look like, or hare paws. All right, this is what their footprints look like. They don't have hooves. They have paws and claws. All right, so we're not supposed to be eating rabbit. Now, I done met a few Edomite hunters that shoot and kill rabbits and squirrels, and they eat them. All right, but that's unlawful. All right, it says in the hare, because he cheweth the cud. All right, but they do chew the cud. All right, and whatchamacallit? Let's go into what that phrase chew the cud means. All right. Cud definition. All right, we're just gonna go into it real quick through the spirit. It says partly digested food returned from the first stomach of ruminants to the mouth for further chewing. All right, basically meaning, you know, like it eats, then the food goes down, and then it regurgitates. It comes back up. All right, meaning what? Meaning the animal spits it back up so it can re-chew it. All right, for the sake of digesting. Okay, so like a cow, like when it eats hay, you know, they chew it, then it goes down the first time, but then what? The body spits it back up to be chewed a second time to make it more soft and more able for the body to digest it properly and gain the nutrients from it. All right, so it says partly digested food that returned from the first stomach of ruminants to the mouth for further chewing. Okay, it says that was verse 6. Okay, so it says in the hare, because he cheweth the cud, meaning what? It has those traits. Okay, it says, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. And the swine, all right, the pig, you know, which is Esau's mostly pushed beast on the market today in America, in the USA. All right, it says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof, and be cloven footed. Okay, so it passed two parts. It passed two qualifications. It says, "Yet he cheweth not the cud; he is unclean to you." All right, and the swine. All right, pig. All right. Oh, I was on the right part. It says the pig has a digestive system which is classified as monogastric or non-ruminant. Okay, it's non-ruminant. Okay, so they don't even digest their food, man. They're vacuum cleaners. All right. If you know anything about a pig, a swine, a boar, etc., you know that they don't digest their food properly. It's non-ruminant. All right, they don't chew the cud. They eat everything. They gobble it, they swallow it. Okay? So what? We're not supposed to be eating the swine, the pig. All right? But Esau, again, this is the most highly pushed beast on the market. All right, that Esau and our people now eat as food. Pig ears, pig feet, okay, chitlins. All right, we're not supposed to be eating that shit, man. All right. So yeah, Jake, if you're watching this video, all right, the pig, the swine, he's unclean to you. No matter how much you love bacon and your salami, all right, and your Italian sausages, all right, all of those things are swine. We're not supposed to be eating it. All right, it says he is unclean to you. It says of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. Okay, they're unclean to us. All right. So I'm gonna stop the video right there, and I'm gonna go into part 3. Shalom.